okay, like, sorry about that. I guess, like, the couple next door is, like, screaming at each other. I don't know. Like, I guess is what YouTubers are always talking about. That, like, anytime you try and film, it's, like, it's quiet. And then, like, it's gonna get loud or something. I don't know. And then, like, you know, I live here in Wisconsin. So, like, I have my windows open because it feels nice outside. Anyway, this is, like, my first Q&A, or, like, whatever, I guess. So, I have a few questions from a few of you guys who already followed me on my Instagram. I don't even have a lot of, like, followers. Not that I really give a shit about that anyway. But, because I'm private, I guess, like, a lot of people don't follow me because, like, they can't see what I have on my Instagram first or whatever. But I like that. Just, I like being private. And, like, oh, also, sorry, like, my sister texted me something, like, right when I started. So, let me get in here and see the questions that I have so far. When did you move to Wisconsin? I moved to Wisconsin June 4th of last year, which is, it'd be 2017, we're only in 2018. And it was kind of, was not inconvenient. What is the word I'm thinking of? Or, like, trying to think of. It was short notice. It was unexpected because I wasn't even supposed to be moving to Wisconsin until October. And I ended up moving way sooner than expected. There's actually a question related to, like, why I moved here sooner, so I'll get to that in a second. My second question is, did you want to have kids before you had Aiden and Bryson? And Aiden is my only son that I had biologically. Bryson is still my son. He's just my stepson. He's from a previous relationship that my boyfriend had. So just like Aiden is from a previous relationship that I had and, like, didn't work out because Aiden's father isn't in the picture, never has been, wasn't even there the day he was born. But this isn't about, like, baby mama stories, like, 101. So, third question, how long have you and your boyfriend been together? Me and my boyfriend have been together since January 14th, 2017. We've been, like, best friends, though, since, like, September 16th of 2016. That's like, okay, so when we met, I was in the stages of getting out of a relationship with a boyfriend that I had when Aiden was, like, really little, not even a year old yet, because Aiden's birthday is in November. So I was seeing things about him I didn't like it's a whole, like, story time video or something, I don't know. He liked the idea of being a dad, but he liked the title but didn't really want to be there. Like, he wasn't ready to be a stepdad, and I saw that. And so anyway, I wanted to leave him, and he kept saying, like, oh, he changed and, like, all this stuff. He'd put in, like, more effort to try and keep the relationship. So I was like, well, if he's trying to keep the relationship this bad, then maybe it's, like, worth it. And it obviously ended up not being. And then, me and Jared ended up being Facebook friends right around that time. So he never crossed any lines, neither did I. He wasn't with Bryson's mom, but he had, like, hopes that maybe they'd work it out because he came from a 2-parent home, as did I, so I understand kind of wanting to work it out that bad. But that's a long story, so I'll just leave it at that. We never crossed any lines, so we've been together since January 14th. That's our anniversary of 2017. We're in 2018, so we've already hit our 1 year mark. And we live together and everything, so that's how long we've been together. Let's see, my next question. Do you like Wisconsin? Will you ever move back to Texas? Do you miss it? Hashtag come back to us, girl. Okay, if I ever did come back to Texas, it'd probably be San Antonio, honestly, because where I'm from, well, I'm not from that the town in Texas. Like, technically I was born in Arizona, I'm like from Arizona, but like when I was little, like 9, I think, is when we moved to Texas, Midland, Texas. That's when we moved there. And I'm not from Odessa. Like, I spent a lot of my teenage years there. And if I did go back to Texas, it'd be San Antonio, because Odessa sucks. Midland's alright, but like all I have is my family there. Like all of my like family is there. A majority of them anyway. Like a few of them live in New Mexico. And a few live in Oklahoma. But I mean, a majority of it, like my immediate family is there. Like my brother, his wife and his kids, my sister, her husband, their kids, like all my nieces and nephews are there, my mom and my dad. So like, if I did, it would be for my family, but I don't really see that anytime in the future. Like, I've been trying to get some family members to move up here with me, because it's like way nicer besides all the snow. So if I did go back to Texas, yeah, I'd probably be San Antonio. Okay, this one says, do you have siblings? But I just answered that, indirectly. Do you have any siblings? Yeah, I have my older sister, and she's 25. My younger brother, and he's, oh my god, how old is he? Okay, I'm 23, so that means my brother is 21. So my brother's 21. And then I have 2 half-sisters I've never met. They don't like me. I don't know why I've never met them, but I must have done something stanky for them not to like me. Where are you from? I also kind of answered that. Not asked it, but I kind of answered that just now anyway. Born in Glendale, Arizona. Raised there, like I said, until I was almost 9. Visited for like I was supposed to visit, and then my grandma got sick, and I ended up staying there when I was like 13 in Queen Creek, Arizona. Place is dope, or at least it was dope when I was there when I was like 13 or 14. But yeah, like I said, from Arizona. How long have you had lupus, and what is your advice / daily struggles? I feel like I'm always sick. By the way, I love you. I love you too, girl. Or guy. You didn't even leave your name. Well, they won't even let me click on their profile. Anyway, but, I don't know how long I've had lupus. I found out about it just pretty recently, November of 2017. I was really sick. I had a bunch of problems, a bunch of other personal stuff I don't want, like, I'm not gonna get into, like, right now. Like, that's something, like, I was going through stuff, so I was going to the doctor for that reason. And that's how it is, girl. You go to the doctor with a broken foot or something. Well, it'd be like the emergency room, obviously. But I mean, you go for that, you're going to leave with diabetes. Like, that's how the doctor is. So I went for one reason, and then they were talking about my family history. My mom, not a lot of you guys know this, but my mom actually has lupus. And my mom was diagnosed with lupus when, I'm going to say I was like 6. No, not 6. My sister was 6, so it means I was like 4. No. I was like 3. So there's 3-year difference between me and my sister. So yeah, my sister was 6. I was 3 whenever my mom was diagnosed with lupus. Like right after she had my brother. And so, or she was like pregnant with my brother or something. It was like something like that. And so, of course, we were living in Phoenix. And the heat is what like make my mom have a flare up and stuff. So, I don't know exactly how long I've had lupus. My doctor, like, speculated, though, that going into my medical history, I had when I started getting kidney infections, it was 2014, okay? And, there's so 2014, like 2015, I got my first one in 2014, like December, I think it was December 12th. There was, like, a concert or something. It was before I found out I was, like, I wasn't even pregnant at the time. I didn't have my son yet. And so, after I found out I was pregnant in February of 2015. And, so, of course, like, I was, like, really health conscious when I was pregnant and stuff, because I didn't want to get, like, super fat, because, I used to be super fat. I feel like everybody was before they had kids. Plot twist. I'm a marshmallow. Anyway, so they speculate, my doctor does, that I've had it since 2015, because that was whenever, 2014, 2015, when I started getting my kidney infections really bad. And I was actually in the hospital for like almost 3 weeks when I was pregnant with Aiden, because I went and got Sonic, girl. You know me, be from the South, like over there in Texas, like, you know, West Texas, Houston, all that, you know, being over there from that area and stuff, that like Sonic had to catch that happy hour, girl. And so I went and got a ice cream for like me and my family and everybody. And so I was like sipping on my ice cream, and then I got a pain in my side, and I wasn't used to like the signs of a kidney infection just yet, because I'd only had it one time before that. And it got so bad to where I couldn't hold down any fluids or anything. So I had a pain in my side. I went to the emergency room, talk about how this doctor's all like, oh, there's nothing wrong with you. We tested your urine. There's nothing wrong with you. It's not a kidney infection. Probably have a bug. And how I told that doctor, I was like, I cannot hold anything down and I'm throwing up. I'm going to be back in a few hours, or I'm going to be back tomorrow. Sure enough, like 5 hours later, I come back. At that point, it's like 1 in the morning because I couldn't stand the pain. I was like, I was just here and something's wrong. It's a different doctor, and I had seen that emergency doctor before for my first kidney infection. He comes in and he sees my face because I couldn't hold anything down. Like I busted blood vessels like all in my face right here from like throwing everything up. And that emergency doctor's like, oh, he should have like recognized it and like all this crap. And he's like, shame on him. Oh yeah, you're gonna have to be admitted. I was like, well crap, you know, I'm pregnant. I'm not trying to be admitted. And so like I was like all unhappy in the hospital, you know. I mean, hey, I watched so many, like a bunch of the Lord of the Rings movies. I wasn't like paying attention because I wasn't like super into the Lord of the Rings. I was more into The Hobbit. I know that sounds stupid, but like I wanted to see The Hobbit because it was like newer like than the Lord of the Rings was. I actually just finished the whole Lord of the Rings saga like 5 months ago or something with my boyfriend, and it was like vice versa for us. I'd seen all the Hobbits but none of the Lord of the Rings, and he'd seen all the Lord of the Rings but none of the Hobbits. So anyway, I'm like getting sidetracked and doing what I always do. But anyway, they speculate 2015 is when, well, not for sure, but that's when they speculate that it was like active or whatever. But I was just diagnosed with lupus in November of 2017. And I mean, that's why I don't have no hair. And, you know, it was really tough. You would have thought that, like, they gave me 3 weeks to live or something. The way I was like, girl, I'm gonna die. Right, and for my tips for hair loss, how to deal with it. One of the hardest things of being diagnosed with lupus is accepting that you're sick. My advice is, for me, I cut my hair once I noticed my hair started to fall out. I cut it really short because I was like, you know what? Fuck lupus. I'm not going to let it take my hair. I'm going to take my own hair. And then whenever it tries to come from my hair, I'm going to be like, it's kind of those things like, can't fire me because I quit, you know? So I did that. I took charge of myself, except it was way longer than this. It was like a pixie cut. It was like, I say way longer, but like compared to what it is right now, and my hair fell out. I didn't really have to cut or do anything. Like my hair fell out, y'all, but luckily it pretty much like started falling out of my, like right here, it started falling out of my, like pretty much at the root right here. This used to be bald, like all freaking bald like a week ago. And then like, see how there's like this giant bald spot? It's like way thinner than the rest. So that used to be like pretty much bald. It almost looked like I went over it with like a razor. So I really didn't have to cut. There was like these pieces. I look like an old man, like, because it was like all falling off at the top, and then it stayed not long, but it stayed like a few inches longer over here. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just go ahead and cut that off because there's no sense in having to trying to keep whatever stays long and have the rest super short. I was like, that's fucking retarded. No. And so I went ahead and cut it. A lot of it I didn't have to cut though, except for the sides where I look like an old man that's balding. Except for right here I cut. The rest up here pretty much broke. Like my hair was blue and I was letting my roots grow out because I already have lupus, and I was like, I don't want to mess up my hair by keeping it blue. And most of y'all know that I do wear wigs. I'm just not wearing a wig right now because I don't feel like I don't have to. Sometimes when I'm really insecure, I'll wear a wig going to the grocery store when I drop my kid off at daycare or something. Like, you know, one of my kids, they go on different days. That's why I'm saying kid. So anyway, sometimes if I'm feeling a little insecure, but for the most part, I'm like, look at my bald head. I don't care. So also my boyfriend's really great in, not that he thinks I'm ugly with my wig on, he doesn't like it, because there's, like, you know, he likes me both ways. He's even before my hair fell out, I was always doing stuff, always into extensions, not necessarily wigs, but I was always doing something different with my hair. And so he was like, I love all the different things you do with not with my hair, but with your hair. Like, I love that you do that. So he's always been really supportive of whatever I try and do with my crazy look. So he makes me feel better with my wig off, actually, to where, like, we live together. Before, when I first lost pretty much all of my hair, I did sleep with a wig on. Like, I wouldn't let him, you know, as a couple, sometimes you take showers together or whatever. I wouldn't let him get in the shower with me. I didn't want him to see nothing going on up top. And I was really insecure, and when I finally let him see it, he was like, his reaction was so cute and so genuine. He was like, you look so cute. You look so cute. Like, oh my God. And I was gonna lay in bed one night with my wig on, and he was like, you should take it off. Totally thought he was being a pervert. It meant something else. And then I was like, why isn't you should take this off? And he was like talking about my wig. And then I was like, okay. And I went and did it. And then, like, now I feel really good. Sometimes, like, I used to be super insecure and wouldn't go anywhere without my wig on. And now I'm like, I'll go outside. A neighbor that didn't see me with my wig on before, like, never saw it with it off, will be like, oh my God, she cut her hair. And then they'll see me with my wig on. They're like, oh, she wears a wig. You know, I mean, like, most of my neighbors are really cool. Like, they don't care. They don't even, like, second glance at me. Because, like, I already have my tattoo, so I already draw attention. And then, like, my hair, people are super judgmental. That's just, like, how we are, you know. And then there's some girls that are like, oh my God, I've always wanted to cut my hair that short, and, like, I just don't have the face for it. It's like, girl, neither do I. Like, I look like my brother with my hair this short. Like, I sent him a picture the other day, and I was like, I have your hairline. And he's like, holy crap, you do. But, like, me and my brother look a lot alike. Me and my sister do too, but she's the thinner version of me. I don't have the face for this at all, and I'm doing what I can with my hair, and I don't care, because I'm not gonna let lupus affect me already more than it has. It's taken so much from me already. I'm like, I don't care. So my biggest tip is acceptance right now. Is just it's so hard. It's so hard. Sometimes it takes people way longer to accept the fact that you're different. And don't let anyone be like, because sometimes you can't physically see your lupus unless you're having lesions or, like, sores or something. Right now, I totally get them on my boobs, really bad on my boobs, and it sucks because summertime's showing up. I got some on the inside of my thighs, and you know what? I was rocking my overall shorts today, and I didn't care. And I didn't care if you could see them, because if you don't like them, then don't look. And it took me a while. I've had it since November. We are in May of 2018, and in November of 2017 was when I was diagnosed. So I was so insecure at first, and very bitter, and just very angry at first. And once you finally try to accept what is happening with you, and don't let anybody make you feel bad, because there's plenty of people that I no longer talk to or I'm no longer close to, and they wouldn't take my sickness seriously, like, because they can't physically see it, because it's like, you know, sometimes you can, but it's like the tissue is swelling at your fingertips so bad, your fingernails hurt so bad you can't even do your own dishes, you know, or you're just exhausted, and, you know, you haven't even done anything to feel that exhausted. And as a mom, having lupus, like, my mom was a great mom. Having lupus and then doing all the stuff she did, that is what makes me push, because my mom did it, I know I can. And then as a mom, you owe it to your kids too, to push through being so tired. And I don't have both my kids all the time, because we have 50-50 with my son's mother, and so she has him 3 days and then we have him 3 days. And so that's just how it is right now. It could change, I hope not, because I like it right now, but we don't have him all the time. And having 2 kids definitely is like an even faster pace, like go, like all the time. And So I do have a little bit of extra rest whenever my son is gone with his real mom, with his other mother. And so I do have that, but either way, whether he's here or not, I get a little bit of rest, but I still have to push myself for my kids' sake. And so that's my biggest tip, is just acceptance, and don't let anybody make you feel bad for your sickness, because only you know how you feel. I don't need you to know what I'm going through. I don't need you to validate my pain, because guess what? I feel it and it's real. So don't ever let anybody make you feel bad because they can't see what you're going through, or because it affects your joints. Girl, it affects your, there's just so much it affects. And if you guys want me to go into a deeper version, or you can just Google it too, what it does to your body. But girl, if you need to rest, lay in bed all day if that's what you want to do, because your body needs to rest. That's another tip, is know your limits and don't push yourself, because when you do, it's so hard to recover. It is. It's so hard to recover from it, because it's you'll spend the whole week being sick, having laid in bed or felt like a sloth, or time is moving slowly at work or whatever, and you have your one good day and you're like, I'm gonna go for a jog, or I'm gonna go do this, or I'm gonna go do 1,000 things because for once my body feels good. And the thing is you have one good day, still kind of take it easy. Feel free to push yourself a little more, but don't spiral yourself back into a flare-up. And then, of course, stress. You can't control stress, but try and do things. Buy bath bombs. Oh my god, they're so great. Shave your legs and put on some scented lotion, whatever do you to make yourself a little less stressed out. It's so hard to be like, oh, just stop being stressed. No, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't. So stress is a big thing with your flare-up too. Cut people out of your life if they're stressing you out or making things worse for you at all. You don't need that, especially having lupus. Anything can send you there, your body's already fighting itself, girl. You don't need to be fighting people either. So it's cut them off. They're not worth it, that's just another tip I have. It's know your limit, know when you need a nap, know when you need to take it easy. That's another one. Don't be scared to show your hair, no matter how bad it looks or bad you may think it looks. Let me rephrase that, because I used to think this looks really bad, and now that I'm comfortable with myself, I'm it actually doesn't look bad. I do have my bald spots right here, but I really don't care, because it'll fill in. And like I said, if you don't like it, then don't look, because you don't know what's going on with my body. Same thing with my tattoos. I used to get looks because of my tattoos, and it's oh, if you don't like them, then don't look. It's freaking 2018, people. I can freaking tattoo my foot, the bottom of my foot, if I want to. It doesn't matter. Those are my tips for dealing with hair loss. I'm sorry if you guys clicked on this thinking to prevent it, because you really can't do anything. You can do things to totally make your hair healthier once it's growing out. Or if you got fried hair, I got plenty of tips on how to salvage hair that is fried as it grows. But when it comes to dealing with hair loss, that's my advice. If you guys want to see a video on that, I got plenty of deep conditioners and stuff, girl, because I'm working on, hopefully my body allows it to grow out some. That'd be wonderful. But if it doesn't, I don't care. It's whatever. But if it does start to grow out, I would like to maintain it and keep it healthy, because I've always wanted to be platinum blonde, like Kylie Jenner or whatever. Even though I know she's wearing a wig, before any of y'all clock me or come for me like that, I know she wears a wig. But I've always wanted to grow my hair out completely virgin, to where I could go to a salon and they could take me there. So if my hair does grow out, I want to keep it healthy. That way when they take me there, it's not so damaging. Before anyone says anything why would you make it so healthy if you're just going to go damage it? It's girl, I know bleaching is damaging it, but that's if my hair grows out. So, if you guys want to see a video on that, I got plenty of stuff to help repair your hair. But I'm sorry if you clicked on this thinking it was going to help prevent your hair loss, because there's really nothing you can do. Your body is going to decide, oh, your hair's gone because I said so. So it's just, and the only thing you can do is fight it by staying calm, getting rest, drinking plenty of water, taking your vitamins, take prenatals even if you're not pregnant, or take, Everyday Women's. Take that. That's great. And they have really yummy gummy ones too. So I mean, it's not even like you're taking the chalky stuff that like that would make me throw up. I hated those chalky ones. They're so nasty. I prefer the gummy ones. Anyway, so I mean, just do that. Drink plenty of water, girl. That's good for your hair. Like I said, there's like a whole video I could put out on that. But yeah, so I'll see you later, girlies. I'm gonna try really hard to upload twice a week.